Nigerian police force arrests suspended Kano anti-corruption chairman. Kano State government removes over 4 tons of garbage. Correspondent reports on Eid garments and the struggles with tailors during the festivity. And on the foreign scene, United States President denies attacking Russia. Good evening, you listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Today is the 28th of April 2022, which is equivalent to the 27th of Ramadan 1443 after Hijri. And now the news in full. Armed policemen have arrested the suspended chairman of the Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission, Mohi Magaji Rimangado. It was gathered that he was arrested at the Sokoto Governor's Lodge in Abuja, where he went for screening as Kano governorship aspirant of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Reports say that the policemen whisked him away immediately after his screening and took him to the Federal Capital Territory Command. Security sources said he would be transported to Kano State to face criminal charges. On March 28th, police in Kano laid siege to Magaji Mungado's residence but failed to arrest him. It could be recalled that the police stationed their vehicles near his Yahya Kusau Road residence and laid ambush on him around 7 p.m. Rimangado was suspended in July last after opening probe on financial scandals and inflated contracts allegedly awarded to some companies linked to the family. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has reinstated the Shehu Sagagi-led state and 44 local governments executives of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, pending the determination of the substantive case before it. Ruling on the matter today, Justice Taiwo granted all the prayers of the Sagagi-led executives and PDP national leadership against taking action that will undermine them. It could be recalled that Justice Taiwo had on March 29th issued an order restraining the party from dissolving the EXCOs and constituting a caretaker committee pending the determination of the suit. But on the same day, the National Working Committee, NWC, the PDP, allegedly avoided service of the court order and went ahead to dissolve the state, local and ward executive committees and constituted a 7-man caretaker committee in the state. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, however, rejected the committee forwarded by the party in compliance with Justice Taiwo's order, which restrained the party from tampering with the state and local government executives. The Kano State government said it has removed about 4,200 tons of garbage in various parts of Kano State. The Commissioner of Environment, Dr. Kabir Ibrahim Giso, made this known today while reviewing the progress of the environmental project Keep Kano Clean Week.
Around the end of the 10 days to be evacuated, and we are around the time of festivities. It's around the corner, so there is every need for us to ensure that Kano is clean and the whole environment is sanitized. So the exercise has been extended today into the second extension of the work. So in total, the 30. And so far, we have been able to evacuate 707 trips of waste from Kano. We have been able to evacuate completely 29 collection centers and 5 other collection centers, various levels of completion. The amount of waste that we evacuated into tonnage amounts 4,200 tons of waste that has been evacuated over the last 13 days in Kano. So this is what we have been doing so far.
Correspondent Medina Shehu Hausawa reports that the team has inspected Koki, Sarari, Ofarmata, Yakase, and Endogo area in Kano metropolis. And on the sporting arena, Flamingo's head coach Bankole Olowo Okere has selected 23 players for Saturday's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup third round, second clash between Nigeria and Egypt at the Petrol Sports Stadium in Cairo. Correspondent Sunusi Shaibu Musa has details of this and other sports updates.
Team captain Alvin Dazosu, goalkeeper Fez Omilana, defenders Comfort Poloranshu, Miracle Oseni, and Blessing Sunday. Midfielders included Tayo Aforabi and Blessing Emmanuel, and forwards Opeyemi Ajakaye, Anastasia Atumi, and Omowomi Bellu have made the cut alongside 13 others. The Flamingos contingent will depart Nigeria today, with the encounter set for the Petrol Sports Stadium as from 10 p.m. on Saturday, 30th April. The winner on aggregate will qualify for the final round of the African Series where it will await the winner of the Ethiopia or South Africa fixture. In another update, Stanley Oguma, head coach of Nigerian Professional Football League side Rivers United, says fatigue after long distance journeys have affected his title-chasing team. Rivers on Monday defeated Niger Tornadoes by 3-0 to maintain their lead at the top of the MPFL table. Prior to the convincing win over Tornadoes at the Yakubu Gowon Stadium, the league leaders suffered a 1-0 defeat at Sunshine Stars, who made their return to Akure. Egoma currently has 3 of his key players out due to injury, and the longest-serving coach in the Nigerian league blamed the league's schedule for the injuries. And on tennis, national champion Rilwan Akambi and Fatimo Bello emerged champions at the 3-day trials organized to select players that will represent Nigeria at the forthcoming ITF tournament taking place in Lagos from between May 19 and 28. Some 23 players made up of 13 men and 12 women started the campaigns on Monday, with Akambi dominating the men's category, while Bello, who remains the only unbeaten player, toppled other players to rule the women's division. Akambi led 4 others, Tayo Mati, Amadi Omi, Aziz Solanke, and Edith Orob, while Jamiu Ayanwali will stand as reserve for the men's squad. Freedom Radio.
The global news is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio 99 on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradio.nig.com. Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. Tailoring shops are presently flooded with customers because of the Eid al-Fitr festivity, which is around the corner, as people are eager to see their garments completely sewn to be worn for Salah. Correspondent Fatima Muhammad Adamu reports.
As Eid al-Fitr draws near, parents are trying their best to get their new attires and those of their children from the tailors to celebrate the Salah festivity in colorful appearance. This is a long-standing tradition while celebrating Eid. But the issue always faced is despite the efforts made by parents to make new clothes for their children, this is becoming difficult to achieve because of the challenges they face from the tailors, who are reluctant to sew the clothes on time, which is a situation that the children as well as the parents. The root cause challenge emanates from the tailor that are garner a larger number of garments from the customers, which they cannot sew within agreed time frame. This renders most of the customers more or less victims of the ambitious act of the tailors, as well as the parents and children end up celebrating the Salah without the attires they prepare to use during the festivity. Sometimes the problems also emanate from customers who take their garments late to the tailors, which leads them to pressurize the tailors to complete the work within the shortest possible time, which renders some customers collateral damage. Some Kano residents expressed their concerns and opinions.
Disappointment from tailor at this rush hour of festivity is actually very, very hurts really well. You know, especially when you have plans to go places, when you have plans for Salah and all.
Even if I'm late, my tailor does not disappoint me actually. This is due to 3 factors. I have established a respected business relationship with her. I do not bargain the price of her services. I just simply ask her to be fair. And lastly, I do not delay payment.
The tailors are suspected to collect more number of garments from customers who end up in disappointment. However, Freedom Radio spoke with some tailors on their opinion.
I don't know the reason why people are always saying tailors are disappointing their customers. Actually, it's not our fault. The problem is emanating from our customers who make the less emission of their garments.
Some people will not bring the work till the time is over. What I mean is that many tailors have the time to close collecting people's clothes like 1 to 2 months before Ramadan, while some will collect it like in the month of Ramadan.
As wearing new garments on Salah Day has been a tradition for years, members of community are looking forward to the tailors fulfilling their promise in order for the festivities to be wholesome. Fatima Muhammad Adamu, Freedom Radio.
And on business, Muhammad Abba Abdullahi has updates.
The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has advised Nigeria and other developing countries to explore the revenue potential of personal income tax. The IMF said personal income tax is a viable source of revenue that has the potential of boosting the local economy. This was disclosed in a report entitled Personal Income Tax Has Untapped Potential in Poor Countries. The Washington-based lender stated that in the 2 decades preceding the pandemic, income tax revenue more than doubled in low-income countries, rising from the equivalent of 1% of GDP to 2.1%, while emerging market increased from 2.1% to 3.1%. And while the World Bank stressed that the need to boost labor output in Africa, stating that sluggish productivity got in making the continent lag behind many developing countries. This was contained on the World Bank's website, saying that the publication of a report entitled Boosting Productivity in Sub-Saharan Africa, the bank said a comprehensive agenda to boost workers' output in Africa is vital for the continent's post-pandemic recovery and long-term prosperity, as well as protection against the impact of climate change. Muhammad Abba Abdullah, Freedom Radio.
Next up, we have Malam Kabiru Abdullahi Umar with the Ramadan commentary.
Since Ramadan enters into 10 days, Muslims are expected to redouble effort in worshipping the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Muslims should try to make the remaining Ramadan nights by observing prayer and reciting the Holy Quran. Glorify God as many times as possible and lower your gaze when talking with opposite sex. It's also expected of a Muslim to feed the needy who fast in this month, reduce the price of goods for the poor, submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, and show kindness to others. The period is a great school where we learn many things, including devotion, patience, and time utilization. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our good deeds as we continue to fast in the great month. Kabir Abdullah Umar, Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, United States President Joe Biden is asking Congress to approve a record $33 billion aid package for Ukraine, including more arms. He said the United States is not attacking Russia, but helping Ukraine defend itself against aggression. Biden also warns Moscow against making idle nuclear threats and says the country is using its gas supplies to blackmail Europe. The Kremlin earlier warned that sending heavy weapons to Ukraine threatened security in Europe. Kremlin Press Secretary Dmitry Peskov responded after the United Kingdom foreign minister said a Ukrainian victory was a strategic imperative, but NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg says the alliance is ready to support Ukraine for years, warning the war could drag on. And with this, we've come to the end of today's global news. Stay tuned for the House of Bulletin Malik Amuganu with Abdul Karim Muhammad Abdul Karim. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Have a wonderful evening and a blissful iftar.